Hi, I'm Joe Paulo with K11 Air One, and also privileged to serve on the board of Christian Music Broadcasters. I grew up in northern Ohio, which, by the way, Cleveland is no longer the most tortured sports city in America. Thank you, Cleveland Cavaliers. But that area has also been known as the Rust Belt because the steel industry and the automotive industry were so predominant throughout that region. And I think there's an interesting parallel between the automotive industry and Christian radio. And that's what I wanted to talk to you for just a moment about today. Now, it's not a perfect parallel, so before you go poking too many holes in it, just hear me out for a second. The automotive industry, you've got the local car dealers that are there right in the local community, and they're interacting and dealing with local people, the consumers that want and need the cars that they are there to sell. But the local car dealer doesn't make the cars. They simply sell them and provide them to the public. On the other hand, the other facet of the industry is the car manufacturer, the ones that design and produce the cars for the dealers to sell. They don't go directly to the public. They rely on the local dealer. And so in that you have this symbiotic relationship. Their successes are intertwined together. The car manufacturers want the local car dealers to do really well because it helps them, and at the same time the local car dealers want the auto manufacturers to do well because it helps them have a great product to sell. That's not all too different from what we do, really, is it? I think sometimes in Christian radio we have this Lone Ranger mentality, like it's our radio station against the world, and we're in this all by ourselves and nobody's here to help us, when that's actually not entirely true. We're in this thing together, not just as a group of Christian radio ministries that come together under the auspices of Christian music broadcasters, but don't forget about the record labels. And in that way, there's the similarity, right? So you have the radio stations, and we're dealing directly with the public, and we're providing the music that they so desperately want and need to minister to them. But we don't make the music. And we've got record companies, on the other hand, that they're signing and developing the artists and producing the music and distributing it. But they don't touch directly, at least, they don't touch the consumer, the listener, the hearts directly like we do. So in that sense, aren't our futures, our successes intertwined? I want to challenge you on your thinking about how that relationship can be stronger. So I want to leave you with 4 questions. And I jotted them down on a note here, so if you see me looking up, it's because I'm checking out my paper. Number 1, how can we collaborate? And I'm talking about radio and records. How can we collaborate better for our mutual success? 3 years, 5 years, 10 years down the road, what's that going to look like, and how can we strengthen it? Number 2, when's the last time that you said thank you to a record company or their reps? Thank them for the hard work that they do. You know, we want them to walk a mile in our shoes and see what we do from our perspective, but when's the last time we put on their glasses, so to speak, and look at what they're trying to accomplish from their perspective? Number 3, if research shows that one of the primary reasons that people come to radio is because that's how they learn about the new music that's out there, and if after an album is released, record sales stagnate after about a year, what are the implications for those two things? What does that say about our playlists? And then number 4, if your success is tied to the label success, and let's face it, it is, at least to some degree, how can we work together better for the long-term success of our Christian music industry? So I leave those 4 questions with you. Maybe as you get in your car that was sold to you by a local car dealer and made by an auto manufacturer. I hope you give those things some thoughts, those questions some thoughts. And I'll tell you what, the first person that watches and still is with me on this video that emails me, I'm going to treat you to a Starbucks coffee. I'll send you a Starbucks gift card, okay? Email me, jpaulo@kloveair1.com. God bless you for what you do. You are doing important work. Thank you.